Okay, so here we are within Qualtrics, and I've clicked on My Projects, and we have the different surveys here. And so I'm going to show you how to do a cross-tabulation. It's not that difficult. So let's choose one of the surveys. Let's say student eating habits. So I click on the survey, and I go to data analysis, data and analysis, and I click on that. Here on the top here. And within data and analysis, we have crosstabs, the second level here. So I click on that. And what we see is that some people have already done some crosstabs. And in fact, I created this one here, eating habits, and I cross-tabulated skipping meals, a question about whether students skip meals. And I cross-tabulated it with the sex of the person responding. What's interesting here is that you notice I named it quite clearly, so that if your students request a similar crosstab, you don't have to generate it anew. You can just see it here, and then you can export it, as I'll show you in a minute. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I created this skipping meals, male, female. It's quite a simple example at first. So create a new cross tabulation. Click on that, the green button. Okay. And I'm going to rename it, right? In this case, eating habits. Now I'm going to give it a slightly different name. I'll call it eating habits, sex, skipping meals. Now you see why I said male, female in the previous one. Okay, so we've given it a name, and now we have a banner and stub. I don't think it's really important which is which, but in this case I'm going to just make the sex the stub, and I'm going to make do you skip meals the banner. I don't think it matters. Okay, so that is the cross tabulation. One is the banner, one is the stub, and I'm comparing those two. Okay, you can do multiple cross tabulations, but I recommend for these students that we just keep it simple with two. Yeah? One in the banner and one in the stub. Okay, and then you go down, and at the bottom of the page we have create cross tabulation. Click on that. And now it's working on the tabulation. Okay, and as you can see, we have this tabulation now, which is the males. How many males have answered never skipping meals or skipping meals once in a while. Okay, and then female numbers as well. To make it a little easier for our students, we should include some percents. Okay, so if you go up here to the top right, we have data options. There are lots of data options, but luckily all we want really is the percents. Now, sometimes it's a little confusing whether it's row percents or column percents. So I think in this case, we want column percents to see what percentage of the male said never and what percentage of the female said never. Okay, let's see if it works here. Yeah, actually, we want the row percents, and we'll get rid of the column percents, and that gives students an idea, a better idea, right, about the comparative percentages. For example, 14% of the males said they never skip a meal, whereas only 10% of the females said they never skip a meal. Okay, so I think that kind of information is useful. Now we've created that, we can now export it up here on the right. You see we have the Excel sheet and we have the Adobe PDF. I'm going to use the export Excel, and I just click on that, and it asks me, do I remove the percent sign? So I'll say no, and then it just downloads to my computer, and with and then I can give it to the students. So that's basically quite simple, right? Okay. Let's try one more. This is a little more complicated. It's with the major. Not really complicated, but because there are many majors, it takes maybe one more step. Okay, so let's go back to my projects. And let's try a different category. Let's see which major drinks alcohol the most. Yeah. So let's go to drinking. We go to data and analysis. And again, crosstabs. And we create a new crosstab. And we're going to say drinking alcohol. Alcohol major. Okay. So we click on what is your major, what is your major, what is your major, what is your major, what is your major to cover all the majors. And then we go down and we have, do you drink alcohol? That's the banner. Again, it doesn't matter, I think, which one. We create a cross tabulation. This might take a little longer because it's calculating all the majors. And there we go. Okay, so we've got the basic numbers. Okay, so for example, you can see the distribution. There were 14 Japanese majors and only 4 of them drink alcohol. 10 don't. Okay. Let's see. In Canada, engineers are to drink a lot. Public administration, that seems quite high. But anyways, remember we need to add the percents. Let's see if we go with column percents this time. Yeah, that looks about right, yeah? Okay, so 40. Is that right? Let's try the other one. Row percents. Okay, so, yeah, let's see. So 54% of the Chinese and 46. So yeah, I think it's the blue one in this case. The students are interested in. Because that's just the simple total. So we want the blue one, so just click on row percents to get rid of that. Okay, and then we don't have to worry about this chart stuff, right? The chi-square and things like that for our students. Okay, so we just export it. And no, and it automatically downloads. Let's just have a look at the resulting file. Open Excel. Yes, I want to open it anyways. The source is fine. And let's just expand it a little, and then you see the results that you can give to the students. Okay, so basically what it's saying here is that almost 44%. Is that right? Oh, I see. This is going down, right? So of the total number of majors in FAH, 44% say drink, okay, 32%, 25% of the Japanese, right? Because it's out of 16. Out of the 16, here we are. Out of the 16 who said yes, 44% were from the Chinese. Yeah. Okay, I suppose, yeah, it takes a little explaining for people to see how these percents work, but they can also just work with the raw numbers. Anyway, so you have that, and you can save it again, right? File, save as, and as long as you've used a proper name, then it should be easy to remember. So I think that's about it. Hope it works okay for you, and let me know if you have any questions.